How would you face challenges that seem impossible? Today, you will uncover the extraordinary story of the Apostle John, a man whose faith defied the most feared powers of his time. Surviving boiling oil, enduring exile on Patmos, and receiving revelations that shaped Christianity are just parts of his incredible journey. As we delve into this inspiring path, reflect, how could John's story renew your perspective and strengthen your faith? Stay with us to discover this powerful message. And don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs inspiration. John, the apostle who walked alongside Jesus and witnessed the greatest miracles of early Christianity, faced a trial that tested the limits of his faith and endurance. Known as the beloved disciple, John was not just a follower but a cornerstone of Christ's message, a man whose life and mission challenged kings and systems. During the reign of Domitian, marked by brutal persecution of Christians, John was captured and sentenced to a horrific death, being thrown into a cauldron of boiling oil. This punishment, designed to cause unimaginable pain and silence his message, was meant to serve as a warning to all who dared to proclaim the Christian faith. What happened next, however, stunned even his executioners. Submerged in the boiling oil, John emerged unscathed, his skin untouched, and his serenity unbroken. Soldiers and onlookers watched in disbelief as divine intervention transformed a moment of suffering into a powerful demonstration of faith. John not only survived, he emerged from the cauldron with renewed strength, proclaiming Christ's message with even greater conviction. It was as if God himself had descended to protect him, proving that John's unwavering faith was a shield against all evil. This miraculous survival was not just a personal victory for John, it became a symbol of faith's power for persecuted Christians. At a time when every word of hope was drowned out by the sound of swords and flames, John's testimony reignited courage in many. It wasn't just about him being spared, it was about the message this act conveyed: God never abandons his own. And this story challenges us: what makes faith so powerful? What force can turn the impossible into reality? Perhaps you're facing a challenge that feels insurmountable, a moment when everything around you seems lost. What can we learn from John's perseverance? His journey is not just about the past, it resonates in the present, inviting each of us to believe in a greater power that sustains us, even when the world tries to bring us down. Before we move on to the next part of this epic journey of faith and trials, take a moment to like this video. Your support is vital to keep sharing transformative stories like this one. Leave a like and stay with us to discover how John, even after this miracle, faced trials that shaped his life and legacy. John's miraculous survival was only the beginning of an even more challenging journey. As the beloved disciple, he carried the weight of a unique legacy. Among all the apostles, John had a special intimacy with Jesus. He was present at the Last Supper, stood at the foot of the cross while others fled, and was entrusted by Jesus to care for Mary, his mother. These moments not only strengthened John's faith but also prepared him for a central role in early Christianity. After Jesus' ascension, John became a pillar of the church, not only as a preacher but also as the author of texts that shaped Christian theology. His letters and gospel captured the heart of Christ's message, emphasizing love, light, and truth. However, carrying such sacred words came at a high price. John faced constant persecution from authorities who saw Christianity as a threat to imperial power. His words of hope and renewal directly challenged the political and religious systems of the time. More than just a spiritual leader, John was a dedicated shepherd, caring for Christian communities in the face of extreme adversity. While many succumbed to fear and doubt, John stood firm, encouraging believers to resist and maintain their unwavering faith. He understood that trials, though painful, were tools through which God shaped his children for something greater. As a New Testament author, John left a legacy that transcends generations. His words continue to offer comfort and guidance to those seeking God. But this prominent position also carried a heavy burden. John was imprisoned, tortured, and exiled for refusing to silence his voice. His life teaches us that true faith is not just about believing but living out that belief, even when the odds are stacked against us. And now, John challenges us: what are we willing to sacrifice for what we believe in? What kind of legacy do we want to leave for future generations? His story is an invitation to live with purpose and determination, remembering that every act of courage and faith can shape generations. prepare for the next chapter, where we'll explore the greatest trials John faced during his exile on Patmos. Discover how his unwavering faith shaped not only his life but also the destiny of Christianity. Few moments in John's life capture the weight of his mission as powerfully as his exile on the island of Patmos. Under Domitian's reign, the Roman Empire intensified its persecution of Christians, seeing Christianity not just as a religion but as a political threat to imperial authority. For a leader like John, whose voice inspired courage in times of fear, imprisonment and exile were inevitable. Captured and sent to Patmos, a remote, barren island, John faced a new trial, isolation and the hostility of his desolate surroundings. Yet Patmos was not merely a place of physical confinement, it was a spiritual test. There, John could have succumbed to despair, but instead, he found strength to persevere. Hunger, exhaustion, and the absence of human comfort were real challenges, but amidst these adversities, God revealed to John one of the most profound messages in Christian history. In the silence of his exile, he received the visions that would form the book of Revelation. Revelation was not just a personal message for John but a beacon of hope for the church. Its words, filled with symbolism and prophecy, declared God's ultimate victory over evil and a future where every tear would be wiped away, and justice would prevail. These revelations not only sustained the persecuted Christians of his time but continue to inspire generations today. However, the weight of these visions was a trial in itself. Imagine carrying such a monumental message, knowing it would comfort many but also face rejection by others. John bore this burden with courage, trusting that God was in control even in the most challenging circumstances. John's perseverance on Patmos teaches us that the moments of greatest solitude and difficulty can often be the most transformative. It is in the silence of adversity that God reveals himself most powerfully, showing that his grace is sufficient even in the darkest times. John's life was not defined solely by the trials he faced but by how he lived his faith unwaveringly. His survival in boiling oil and the revelations on Patmos were clear signs of divine protection, but it was his perseverance through every adversity that left an enduring legacy. John understood that faith was not a shield to escape hardships but the foundation that sustained him through them. While others might have seen exile as the end of a mission, John saw it as a new opportunity. He turned isolation into spiritual communion and adversity into fuel for his message. His ability to face persecution without losing hope or succumbing to fear was proof that true strength comes from God's presence, even in the harshest circumstances. John serves as an example for anyone facing doubt and uncertainty. His story reminds us that God never abandons his own. Even in exile, on a desolate island, he was not alone. Divine protection was not only evident in his physical survival but also in the clarity and strength with which he continued to share Christ's message. Every word written by John on Patmos echoes this certainty: God is present, even when all seems lost. John's experience invites us to reflect: how do we respond to difficulties? Do we let fear paralyze us, or do we turn to God for strength? His life is a testament that faith is more powerful than any adversity, a call to trust in God, even when the way forward is unclear. As we move toward the final point of this journey, remember that true faith is not just a belief but a daily practice of surrender and trust. Stay with us as we explore John's spiritual legacy and the lessons he left to inspire future generations. At the end of his long and challenging journey, the Apostle John left a legacy that transcends time and continues to inspire millions. He not only survived adversity but also thrived spiritually, turning his experiences into eternal testimonies of faith, hope, and love. Even after his miraculous survival and the revelations received on Patmos, John did not rest. He continued to preach, write, and guide Christians in a world hostile to Christ's message. John's works in the New Testament, his Gospel, 3 letters, and the Book of Revelation are invaluable pillars of Christian faith. His writings carry a unique spiritual depth, offering comfort to the afflicted and challenging those who need to realign with God. John reminds us that Christianity is not merely a set of beliefs but a call to live with integrity, love, and obedience, no matter the circumstances. Living to an old age was rare for Christian leaders of his time, many of whom faced martyrdom. John's longevity stands as a testament to divine protection and the special mission God entrusted to him. He knew that his life was not about himself but about the impact he could have on others. His unwavering dedication to spreading Christ's message, even amid fierce opposition, is an eternal lesson in courage and faithfulness. Today, John's legacy continues to challenge and encourage us. He shows that regardless of circumstances, we can trust in God and fulfill our purpose. His trials remind us that difficulties don't have the final word. John's life is proof that victory in Christ is assured, even when the path seems difficult and uncertain. As we close this inspiring story, think about the impact your own life can have. Like John, each of us has the opportunity to leave a spiritual legacy that transcends time. What lessons can we apply today so that our faith inspires those who come after us? John's story challenges us to live with faith and purpose, turning challenges into legacies. What will you do today to make your life an inspiration for others? If this message touched you, share this video and leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to join us for more stories that transform lives. See you soon.